So, a few days ago, I posted a video of a man sharing his testimony about land banking and how one simple land investment changed his life over time. After posting that video, one of my cousins sent me a message that stayed with me for days. She said, my dad bought a piece of land in 1945 for 1,000 naira. At first, I smiled because today 1,000 naira can barely get you a decent meal in Lagos. But then she continued, someone is currently offering our family 120 million for that same land. And immediately I became quiet. Because in that moment, I stopped seeing it as just land. I started saying sacrifice, vision, patience, legacy. I imagined a younger man in 1945 standing on an empty piece of land that probably looked like nothing special. No roads, no houses, no development, just bush, just sand and possibility. And maybe people even laughed at him. Maybe people said, what exactly are you buying there? And what do you even want to do with this place? But the beautiful thing about vision is this, it really makes sense to people who only understand the present. And honestly, that is the problem with many people today because when it comes to land banking, a lot of Nigeria hear the word and they start thinking, oh, in fact, let me just buy this property and sell it quickly. Listen, real estate land banking is deeper than that. Land banking is understanding the future before it arrives. It is seeing value in places before development enters. It is having the patience to hold on to something others cannot yet understand. Now, let me also say this. Location matters when it comes to real estate investment and land banking because one thing many people fail to understand is this. Not every land appreciates the same way. A good location can change everything. That same land story I'm telling you about became even more powerful because I just imagine if that property was sitting in a strategic location in Lagos since 1945 till today. Do you know the kind of value it will carry now? We may not even be talking about 120 million. Why? Because places with rapid development, strong infrastructure, commercial activities, and growing population tend to appreciate faster. And that is one thing about Lagos. Lagos keeps expanding, development keeps moving, people keep entering, and businesses keep growing. And land appreciates over and over and over. That is why strategic locations matters so much in real estate. It is not just about buying land. It is about buying land where growth is heading. Because the truth is, development changes everything. The places people ignore today are usually the same places investors fight over tomorrow. That bush that people laugh at today can become the next hot investment location in a few years. You see that empty road that everybody is avoiding can become a major commercial hub tomorrow. That is the power of vision. And that is why smart investors pay attention to places like Ibejuleki. So years ago, many people ignored it. They said it was too far. People said nothing was happening there. But today, look at the level of development happening there. That is what location does. Now, the funny thing is, many family loses generational wealth because nobody taught them about land banking. Nobody taught them patience. Nobody taught them how powerful it is to hold the right property long term in the right location. So when small offer comes in, they sell out immediately without realizing what they truly own. But you see this family, hey, because after my cousin told me the current value of that land, she said something that touched me even more. She said the family refused to sell. Even at 120 million, and honestly, that part gave me goosebumps. Not because 120 million is small, it is life changing for many people, but because somewhere along the line, somebody in that family understood that some land are more than just property. Some land are legacy, some land are future security, some lands are silent wealth waiting to grow over time. And that conversation changed the way I saw real estate again, because sometimes the greatest wealth is not the money you make quickly, it is the assets your family was wise enough to keep. This is why I always say this. I don't just sell real estate. I tell stories that make people feel it before they buy it. Because once you truly understand land banking, your mindset changes completely. You stop thinking how fast can I sell this? You start asking what can this become in the next 10 or 20 years? You begin to understand that not every good offer should tempt you, and more importantly, you begin to understand the importance of teaching your children what you own. Because wealth is not just about acquiring assets. True wealth is when the next generation understands the value of what was left for them. That is land banking. It is patience, it is foresight, it is generational thinking. And sometimes the smartest investment decision is not the land you buy, it is that land you refuse to let go. My name is Sarah, and I remain your only storytelling realtor that makes people feel real estate before they buy. I will see you in my next video.